Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammadin kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Allahumma barik ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammadin kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Imam Sahib is saying that we are listening to a hadith that are to do with hosting guests, and in this regard the first tradition has been reported by Abu Hurairah anhu. He says that the Holy Prophet ﷺ said that when someone invites you for a meal, you should accept it. Imam Sahib saying this is a very simple instruction, that when someone with love and sincerity they invite you, then usually you should try not to reject the invitation, and you should accept it. Imam Sahib is saying that the next part of the tradition is saying that if that person is fasting, he should still go. And what should he do at that time? He is not going to open the fast. When it's not time to open the fast, he should go to his house and he should pray, and he should eulogize Allah and praise Allah and pray for him, and he should apologize to him that he cannot partake of the food at the time, and that if he's not fasting, then whatever has been offered, he should eat it. So several questions have been answered in this hadith, that whenever someone invites you, you should try to accept the invitation as much as possible, and even if you're fasting, you should go and not eat, obviously, but you can pray for that person. And then if he's not fasting, then whatever is being presented, you should eat it happily. This is also a great, excellent, good deed, that you should not regard as any food that is offered to you as beneath you, and you should not express that you as if what has been offered is not good enough. If someone is preparing food, they could be a rich man or a poor man. If a poor man makes something, you should eat it as if you are eating something which you love. So the food that Allah has provided for you, you should be pleased and you should eat it with happiness. And this has a lesson for every person, that it is important for the guest to take care of the feelings of the host as well. The host may have earned his living with much hard work, and if the person who he invited to, he picks faults in it, or looks at it with hatred, or regard it as being minor, or he says that he has not been invited properly, the food has not been not enough food has been prepared for him, he should not express anything that should give that impression. He should happily and with pleasure eat whatever is offered. Imam Sahib is saying that the next tradition is one that you must have heard over and over again, but every time we listen to it, we enjoy it more. And Imam Sahib is saying that he wishes to present a tradition which was reported by Hazrat Abu Hurairah as these traditions should be repeated, and one should learn lessons of virtuousness from these. Imam Sahib is saying that a traveler, a visitor came to see the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and the Holy Prophet ﷺ sent a message to his home and said that is there any food available for this guest? And the message came back that there is nothing available except water in the home. Imam Sahib is saying that look at the state of affairs at the time of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, that there was no food available in his home, and it was an honest answer that was received, that today there is nothing to eat in the house except water. And this was the state of the life of the Holy Prophet ﷺ in his Meccan life. Nothing was there to eat, there was nothing available to eat at all, and sometimes people used to get by without any food at all. and these some other traditions mention this as well. So the Holy Prophet ﷺ didn't say that this to the visitor that go away, I have nothing to give you to eat. The Holy Prophet ﷺ said to the companions, whoever was present there, and he addressed them and said that, okay, there is nothing to eat in my home, so who will look after this guest and provide his food? So at this, a Ansari, that is a Medinite who helped the migrants from Mecca, the Ansari, so that Ansari said that he would take care of him. So that Ansari went home and asked his wife if there was any food, and I'm saying that he had to actually personally go home and check, because his obviously there weren't any mobile phones that he could have asked. So he said, when he said to the wife that asked her if there was any food available, she said that there was only a small amount of food for children. There wasn't even any available for them, only for the children. So this Ansari said to his wife that, okay, prepare the food and switch the lamp on. And then he said that when it is the time for the children to eat, you should just make them go to sleep. Somehow we should sing them lullabies or tell them stories or something and make them go to sleep. And then you just prepare it and make the children go to sleep somehow. So this is what his wife did. And the tradition says that when the lady prepared the food, she lit the lamp and she made the children go to sleep hungry. And after that, the lady prepared the food, and the children were asleep. And then when that guest came, she got up and with the excuse of fixing the lamp, she put the lamp out instead. Imam Sahib says that this enabled the guest to not realize what the hosts were going through and what circumstances they were living in. She got up and turned the lamp off so he could not see what was happening. And then both of them sat with the guest, and apparently they started to make noises as if they were eating, so that the guests would think that the host is also eating with me. This is a strange thing. It's such a lovely action that they did, that they decided that they were going to make sure that the guest would eat, and whether they had anything to eat or not. So if they had partaken of the food equally with the guest, then the guest would not have enough to eat. So they practiced this. They did this, that they started to make noises from their mouths as if they were eating, and so the guest ate fully, and they themselves went to sleep and didn't eat at all. The next day, when that Ansari went to the Holy Prophet ﷺ, he smiled, and it's such a lovely expression of his love that the Holy Prophet ﷺ smiled and said to them that the trick you played last night, even Allah smiled at that in the heavens. So these are the blessed people who are mentioned in the Holy Quran, that وَيُؤْثِرُونَ عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِهِمْ وَلَوْ كَانَ بِهِمْ خَصَاصَةٌ, that these are those pure people who, even though poverty be their own lot, they serve their brothers and they try to fulfill their needs. So this tradition you must have heard many times, and every time you hear, you should, and you think about it, then new meanings come to the fore, that they put their own needs to the back and sacrifice themselves and gave their food to the guest, and because he was the guest of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammadin wa barik wa sallam innaka Hamidum Mujeeb.